Hello, Piney Grove Middle School. My name is Kamala Downs, and I'm the founder of the Turning Views Foundation, and I want to share with you a little bit about this charity that you've chosen to adopt. And the main project of it is the Gift a Voice Project, and that's what your school, Miss Amy Park, as heading that up, has chosen to adopt. So that you understand this a little better, let me tell you how this came about. One day in July of 2009, I went to visit my daughter Lillian at her school, an elementary school here in Reno. And when I went up there, the class was at recess. So all the kids were on the playground playing and having a ball. And I walk out there and I see my little Lillian pulling behind her a cart with her Dynavox unit in it. Now that's a specialized piece of equipment that allows people with communications disabilities to be able to communicate with those around us or around them. Now it was way too heavy for her to carry around, and this was a way that they had devised for her to have it out on the playground. Well, when I saw that as a mother, I know many of you won't understand this, but you will when you get older, my heart sank to my feet. And I got a big lump in my throat. You know those lumps you get in your throat when you're holding back tears? Well, that happened to me. And at that moment, I made it a quest to find something more mobile, modern, and compact for Lillian to use. I just knew there had to be something out there, something that didn't draw attention to her disability. So I went on a quest to find that. And in October of 2009, I had set up search terms on Twitter for communications disabilities and speech impairments and different variations of that, so I could monitor the real-time conversation that was going on about this. And that's when I came across this Prolo Quo to Go application that you can install on an iPhone, or at that time an iPod Touch as well. Now you can put it on the iPad too. And it was exactly what I was looking for. So I immediately went down to the Apple store, got Lillian an iPhone, had it installed, and that's what she uses now to communicate. We passed the Dynavox on to someone else who could use it, and she uses her iPhone. Now that grew into a passion with me to help others like Lillian, because when I was online, I kept seeing people asking, does anyone know any organizations that will help us get this for our child? Because insurance and Medicaid don't cover them due to what they are. And something within me just grabbed that and said, I want to do something about this. So that is where that part of it came from. The other reason that the Turning Views Foundation came to be was that same month in October of 2009, I had a very, very profound thought about what is happening with the way that we as a society communicate. And I call it a communication evolution. We are growing and developing in the way that we as a society communicate. No longer are we solely communicating with our voices and our mouths. We are using technology. We are using our iPhones and our smartphones to email and text. We are communicating with blogs. We are communicating through Facebook and Twitter. Now just stop and think how this has opened up an entire world for those who don't speak with their mouth as I am right now. They can now be a part of a community like never before. They can be entrepreneurs and business owners like never before. So when that thought occurred to me in October, which happened about the same time that I found this app, it was just solidified for me that this would happen and I would move forward with the formation of this nonprofit foundation. Now the Gift a Voice Project, what we do with that is we have a website where people can come apply to be gifted an iPhone or an iPod or an iPad with an AAC application installed on it. And it's only about 10 questions or less, so it's a pretty easy application to fill out. We just want to be able to help these families who cannot afford this on their own. There's so much of a price difference between these and the specialized equipment. The specialized equipment is between $5,000 and $10,000. These, depending on, there's so many different versions of the iPhone or the iPod Touch or the iPad, depending on which one you were to purchase, could be anywhere from $300 to $400 up to maybe $1,600 once you add the applications and all of the accessories on that you would want to have. So that's what the Gift of Voice project is. And let me just ask you to use your imagination one more time. And imagine that you have all of the ideas and words and thoughts in your mind that you want to share with those around you. And for whatever reason it is, a chromosome abnormality, speech apraxia, autism, stroke, MS, CP, cerebral palsy, whatever it is, you cannot get those words to come out your mouth. What would you do and how would you communicate? There's always been sign language, and yes, that's there. But this has brought in something that everyone else, a great majority, if not everyone else, is using. That is just such a profound thought to me. The other aspects that you will help be supporting, you've got the Gift of Voice project as the main top of the rung thing that you're helping with, our main mission right now. But you'll also be helping with a program that we're putting together that will be debuted in July of this year at the Chromosome 18 conference in Indianapolis. What that is an all-day program for affected individuals and their family members, specifically teens and young adults and adults. And it's tentatively called a Skills and Success Empowerment Training. So it's a full day that will be at conferences for people who have disabilities or genetic differences. And what we'll do is we'll assess their skills, but not only that, we find out what they like to do and what they're good at doing. And we help them carve that into a career for themselves, or to pursue as a career or a job, but also open their eyes to the possibility of becoming a business owner or an entrepreneur. And then we wrap that all up with a success mindset. So that's another layer of this. And then the final layer of it is the different is good, spread the word. What that means is we just want to educate the rest of society, those of us that are around kids who have special needs or around people with genetic differences or disabilities. We get their uniqueness. We understand it. We just would like to spread the word to the rest of the society to stop and take a look, and don't just bypass these individuals because of how they look or how they don't look or how they talk or don't talk. And let's get away from this idea of perfection, and let's value each and every person, especially their differences. And let's not try and hide those differences. Let's share those differences with the world for the benefit of those around us and for ourselves. That is what you are supporting. The Gift of Voice project and these other two aspects of the Turning Views Foundation. And I am profoundly grateful to Piney Grove Middle School for this. Thank you.